Sports College Football. Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. And the Trojans will kick it away to start us off. Looks like he's going to try to return it. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So UCLA's offense will be the first to dial up ball plays in this one. It was hardly an offensive masterpiece, but the Trojans put together a terrific comeback against the Bruins last year, trailing entering the fourth quarter, but able to come back and take home the victory bell.
Yeah, it was an offensive struggle last year, too. 4 field goals total in the first half, and USC trailing going into the fourth quarter, but quarterback Jaden Mayava did a really nice job late in the game with his decision-making and his accuracy. You got to know, if USC is going to win this one today, David, they've got to be able to throw the ball.
Yeah, they scored the last 10 points of the game. USC, I promise you, talking about the victory bell all offseason, UCLA was, we've got to finish. We've got to finish. We gave up the last 10 points. We gave up the lead. They took this from us. We got to go get it back.
Looking to throw, it's Iamaleava. Just a short pass to the tight end. Guys, let's talk a little UCLA. Every team needs those big dudes up front, and man, they got a mauler from the high school recruiting ranks. Big 4-star D lineman. David, what's his adjustment going to be like?
Well, you see the excitement from the fan base and the reaction. It's all over the place, and you understand why. Because just being able to have that size at that position, play the defensive line, is so important for these college teams. He'll fit right in.
Motion from the back. To the air on first down. Grab behind the line. It's Thomas. And he was just showing off all of the slick moves before the defense finally got him on the ground. The Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. Now the play fake. Right down the middle. He's got an open man. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. And the Bruins come to the line with a new set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. Breaks into the... Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins!
Every team has their script, and they want to get the game off on this foot, and they want to make sure that they have balance and get these plays in and assert the line of scrimmage. Run the football, and they do. They create the explosive run, and they open this football game with a touchdown.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. So USC's offense has the ball for the first time. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won, and last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. But when you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. He let that thing fly quickly, but he couldn't make the connection. All right, guys, let's think big picture USC. They've done a really good job in high school recruiting just last week, a commitment from a big-time 4-star defensive back. David, what does a commitment like that do for the program?
I mean, so exciting. Like, once you start creating momentum in recruiting, it's really fun to watch it. And getting a guy like that in the back end, in the secondary, that's so important to your defense, man, does it get you excited. And other guys now say, hey, I might want to go play with that cat.
Dropping back, it's Mayava. That's reeled in, it's Lemon. He's got first down yardage across the 50. They'll mark it at the 49. The Trojans look to keep this drive humming. Takes the handoff. It's Jordan. The victory bell's not some manufactured, concocted trophy, guys. This thing actually used to be on a train.
That is so cool, and the origins of the story of all these rivalries and the trophies, Jesse, it's so cool, it's fun to find out about, and these guys out here are learning on the job about it.
Yeah, it's just really such a point of pride, the victory bell. Not just here in the city of Los Angeles, but to these kids, there's just a different energy in this game.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. The quick out. And that's where they'll mark him, but a very productive play, and they'll move the chains. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. With jet sweep pass. Inside the 25. Knocked out of bounds. They're in the red zone. Mark it at the 17, and they are set up. And the Trojans kept this drive moving on the ground. Now back to work. Trying to cap this drive with the pass. He's got it. And he will score. Touchdown, Trojans.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. UCLA will go back to work on offense. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just...
Turning it on! A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. The Bruins with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Pulls and throws out the RPO. That midfield, he's got room. Oh, a lot of space. And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, UCLA.
And unbelievable timing with the quarterback and wide receiver. Get it to him in his hands, right on his frame where he can run after the catch and do some serious damage.
And that's why he's so dangerous, because of that ability after the catch. For these DBs in this game, you've got to tackle the reception, because if you don't get him down, he's taking it to the house.
This crosstown rivalry dates back nearly 100 years, guys. The first meeting between the Trojans and the Bruins back in 1929.
Yeah, and every year since, you know, one thing you know, Jeff.
And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18.
And the defense there goes zone coverage, maybe confused the quarterback a little bit, forced him to hold on to the football, and that allowed the pass rush to get home.
To the air, it's Mayaba. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Oh, he got loose. They got him free for a big gainer down to the 43.
And this defense is going to have their hands full, because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
Quarterback now breaking the field. Got out of trouble and throws. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup. The Trojans will line it up on 1st and 10. Looking downfield on 1st down. Fires to the middle. It's caught downfield. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a 1st and goal from the 10.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the 1st down.
They'll use the running game on 1st and goal. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, USC. The extra point here would tie the game.
And I like this offense. They didn't panic. A lot of times you see offenses panic and want to get back in it when they're down really quickly, and they forced the issue. They stayed patient. They stayed within themselves, and we're an extra point away from being a tied football game.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. These two defenses have had their heads spinning here in the first half, and now we might even see a little more scoring with this drive.
It's going back and forth. This is like two heavyweights just trading blows, David. What does this defense got to do to get a stop here?
I tell you what, man, when you're giving up points like this and you've got no momentum, you've got to find somebody that can make a play to create some. And listen, if there's...
And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line.
And they get to the quarterback and get the sack. That's a big emphasis for this defense. They saw a week ago this offense gave up 3 sacks. They need to get to him early and often.
Makes the grab right down the middle. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43. This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against air. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no first down.
There he goes. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. And the Bruins will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Iamaleava. Next, going for the goal line. And they make the stop, and that will likely bring us to the end of the first quarter. 2nd and goal for the offense. He'll run it to the right, looking for the goal line. They throw it in reverse as that's the final play here in the first period. While we're only through 1, these quarterbacks have been lighting up their stat lines. They'll try to open this quarter by sticking it in the end zone here. Off the play fake. Oh, they're after him. They stop him short as he was trying to scramble and find his way to the goal line. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Well, he won't have any problem with the distance, but the angle could be a different story from the left. Just drives it between the uprights. And they go back on top. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Going right to work up top. Fires left. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Bringing the heat. It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football. He's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
He's got it on the right. And he's knocked down immediately, but a good pickup on that play. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Using his legs, it's Thomas. He makes the tackle at the 37. It's a pickup of 5. That's good enough for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. They'll move the tight end. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Got his man quickly. Plows through the defense. They'll ride him out of bounds after the good pickup spotted at the 25-yard line. The Bruins have it with a 1st and 10. That's caught. It's Robinson.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
This time he doesn't get loose, and finally the defense gets him bottled up behind the line. Ball's at the 24, a lot of confidence in their kicker from here, but they'd love to take it off of his foot and convert the 1st down. He's not going to make it. What a job by this defense to stop him in his tracks. So now on comes the field goal unit. The kicker will try to punch one through from 41 yards away. Dead center perfect. That pushes the lead to 6 at 20-14. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. On the run from inside his own 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. Shoots it to the left. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down, 2nd down coming. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. To throw, it's Mayava. Under fire. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Now this offense tries to figure out a way to move the chains after the 2nd down misfire. Pressure coming. Takes a hit as he fires. Intercepted.
And he makes another momentum-building play. His 2nd interception in the 1st half. He can feel where the football's going. Got a good beat on this offense and making plays early and often for his club.
Rides the back and leaves it. Stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Tried to put a little move on him, and it didn't help much. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Back to pass. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Hey, you see those balls in practice sometimes. They're just off the mark. You don't know how to control it. You don't know what goes wrong, but sometimes QBs miss, and it's an incompletion.
And the Bruins need a massive chunk play to move the sticks here on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a catch. The chains will move, and they'll have 1st and 10 from inside the red zone at the 18. The Bruins have pushed it inside the 20. Off-play action on 1st down. Catch in the middle. It's Robinson. The tackle is made, but he's got it 1st and goal from the 6. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. Makes the grab. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 2nd and goal. The give from the gun. And he was fortunate to get that one back to the line of scrimmage at the 5. No gain on the play. This defense was put in a difficult spot, but they've made it tough, and now the offense faces 3rd and goal. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a 3rd down stop. And here comes the field goal unit. This kicker has already made a couple today. And this one ought to be nice and easy, a 22-yard attempt. Never a doubt. Had to settle for the field goal.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
And he takes this from inside the 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. No reason to be in a big rush. They have some time here late in the half. With the catch, it's Lane. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. It's a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed in the middle. It's Lemon. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down.
He makes it look so routine out there, just plucking passes in this offense. When you think about the success the Trojans have had offensively in the past and certainly in more recent times, it always feels like there's got to be at least one receiver in this offense in the discussion for best in the country. This guy, I think, can be that.
And the Trojans in a good spot here with second and short. Running back searching for a hole. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. The Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
He's going to take off. He's run out of bounds and didn't gain an inch on the play.
Yeah, I think that's nice discipline by this defense. Doing a good job playing inside out, using the sideline to their advantage, kind of stringing it out, not giving up yards. This is a really good job by the defense, playing fast and playing smart.
To the air, it's Mayava. It's on target and complete. Defense is there to make the stop, but he's got the first down, and they'll have it 1st and goal at the 6. 3rd down, a lot of times it comes down to not necessarily who's the most open, who do you trust the most?
No, it's not about the X's and the O's. It's about the Jimmies and the Joes. And when my guy's better than you and I get you matched up out wide and I know I trust you, I'm finding you.
The defense uses their 2nd timeout of the half as they try to get their act together.
Well, they're trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated up front at the point of attack.
He'll keep it himself. Referee signals timeout as the defense wanting to make sure that they have everything just right with a big play coming.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
And with this place rocking, the crowd forces a false start.
False start on offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. 3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Headed to the end zone. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone.
What a 3rd down stop by this defense. 3rd down and goal, no problem. You know that guy. Every time he touches the football, you hold your breath because he's so dynamic at the quarterback spot. They were ready, and they forced the 4th and goal.
They'll send out the kicker here. This whole play is going to see if this kicker can operate in a sea of noise. Absolutely perfect. That'll pull them back to within 6.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
So they put the field goal on the board and about to kick it away, and hoping that'll be the final points of this first half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. UCLA will go back to work on offense. They've got time, they've got the lead, and David is sort of like a doctor. First, do no harm.
Do no harm, but also momentum is hard to create and sometimes hard to stop. You have it, so Jesse, don't do anything stupid to create some momentum for the other side.
I think a lot of this comes down to your quarterback and whether or not he's making good decisions in this game. If yes, be aggressive. If not, let's just take the lead into halftime and get ready for the second half.
And the Bruins can really attack on this second and short. Back to throw, it's Ucla. Gets it out fast. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot it at the 37.
I like the slot receiver because he gives his quarterback a good option working the middle of the field. He's a nice weapon in this offense.
Looking to throw on first down. Grabbed in the backfield. It's Thomas. That should be the final play of the first half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Man, great energy in that building. There always is when these two get together. And a fun first half between these rivals.
The Bruins will boot it away to start the second half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Get a pass rush like that, and the Bruin faithful will give you an 8-clap in a heartbeat.
They'll get jacked up. They'll get excited. I mean, you think about a defense. You got to get those guys up front. You want to dominate college football. You want to be the Knicks. Find those big defensive linemen that can make plays.
These RPO runs, they're like body blows. I like them because it just sort of chips away at a defense. You'll take these kind of gains all game long. You keep running the football this way, you're going to keep moving the sticks. You're going to keep driving this defense back, so keep at it with the RPO game.
Makes the catch. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. And the Trojans will call on their punt team. Finally sending out a punter in this one. Got to make sure they earn their letter. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play just outside the 20. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Looking for a man. It's Ucla. And here's a fumble way behind the line. Now look what I found. I'd say that's a stroke of good fortune. The offense keeps it. And the Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Trying play action. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. They've got to come up with a big play on this third and long. Here's the snap, ready to cut one loose. Setting up the screen. He's knocked out of bounds, but not before he gets it to the 25.
They got a little bit, but they didn't get the first down, and you're obviously trying to get the first down, but you try to slip in those screens occasionally on third down. I like when you slip them in there and try to make a big play, catch the defense maybe being a little aggressive.
The Bruins will bring the punt team onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. He'll field the punt and see what he can get. They make the stop, but there is a penalty marker down. Let's see what the call is.
Offside. Defense.
And you got to focus, right? The first thing you're looking at as a defensive lineman, the first thing you understand is the ball starts with a snap count. I have to line up, see the ball. When the ball moves, I move. I know it's simple, but you still see guys jumping off sides all the time.
Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. Gonna run it. It's Jordan. Defense closed down quickly after a gain of 3. They'll mark it at the 32.
And I think this has probably been the most surprising thing of this game so far. This guy's one of the best running backs in the entire country. They just can't get him going. He's never been able to get into a rhythm. You got to give the defense so much credit because they have been able to shut this guy down, and they got to keep that up here in the second half.
Grab near the marker. It's Lemon. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. New set of downs after the completion. To the air. It's Mayava. Got a man. It's Sanders. He snagged it, but he'll be stopped short of the first down. Good, solid pickup on that play.
Well, look, this quarterback has struggled a little bit in this game with interceptions. Maybe he was being too greedy early on. That time made a real good decision. Now, I'll tell you what, that's a nice catch by the running back because that ball's in the air a long time. You're throwing it all the way out to the flat like that. You look like a receiver making that catch and getting extra yards.
The Trojans are at the line looking to convert on third and short. They're going to try to throw for it on third down. Caught near the sticks. It's Sanders. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. And the Trojans have their offense in high gear. Keeping it on the ground with the single back. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9.
Another tough run for this offense, and I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off, but you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off, and it just takes one play for this guy. Don't be impatient. You got to keep giving him the football.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. The Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Fair catch is signaled for and made. They'll mark it at the 12, and they'll start in a bit of a hole. Opening play of this drive comes from the 13-yard line. The run from the shotgun. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Motion from the wideout. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play. Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11. Holds and fires complete to the right. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup.
Nice route there by the tight end, making it real easy for his quarterback to find an easy completion.
Looking to throw, it's Mayava. Fires to the wideout. Wide open downfield. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? The defense trying to get a stop on third down from the 44. From the gun, wants to pass. Snagged out in the air. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. He'll do it himself. He has the first and still on his feet. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain. The Bruins had tough field position to start this drive, but they've been relentless in moving the ball methodically down the field. pulls it and fires to the left. That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. DB's locked up tight on the receivers. Rides the back and leaves it on the option. Defense makes the tackle, and that will probably be the final play of the third quarter. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. So we open the final period with a third down play. Looking to throw, it's Ucla into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the returner runs out of real estate as he goes down. This drive opens up at the 23-yard line. Gonna run it. It's Jordan. Picks his way and gets 4 out to the 27. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Pulls it in. It's Lane. He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. And the Trojans are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. They'll try to get it through the air. Finds his tight end. Oh, it's loose. Once that ball was loose, offense didn't have a chance. Defenders everywhere. It's a turnover.
The more hats you have near the football, the more likely you are to cause a...
We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth the chance to have another look. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied and the timeout is gone. They're going to throw it to start the drive. Fires complete on the crosser. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's first down. From the gun, running back gets the give. Just keeps picking up the tough yards and gets it down to the 26. And the Bruins with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. 3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. Back to pass. It's Ucla. Got it in the middle. It's Matthews. That'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal from the 10. The Bruins are moving quickly down the field. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Right there to stop him, and that'll be a loss of 3.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run is coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. It'll be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
They'd love to pick up this 3rd down and get a fresh set with 1st and goal. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. Pressure's there and he lets it go. And that one was way too far for anybody to catch, except ticket holders. This field goal unit getting some serious run. They've already been out there 3 times. A kicker will try it again. Absolutely perfect. And now the lead is even bigger. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go.
I really like the decision by this offense because now they got to score 2 touchdowns. Time is not on their side. I can stay very, very conservative. Use that clock. I like the decision by this offense.
Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. They'll start this drive going to the air. Quick completion on the out. just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling there out to the 35.
And if I'm a defense, dude, I am perfectly fine with this. Like, I'm not giving up big plays.
Oh, he's got some space. Ridden out of bounds at the 45, a big play for this offense. Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the second half. Here's 1st and 10. Throws to the wideout. It's caught. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. The Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Back to throw, it's Mayava. Unloads to the right. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on 1st down. So now it's 2nd and long. Looking to throw again. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really...
Lets it fly deep downfield. Touchdown, Trojans! They took a shot to the end zone and found 6 points waiting on them.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, and the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when they're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in game.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to go up top on 1st down. A strike downfield. Running wide open down the gut of the field. Touchdown, UCLA! He found some open space and turned on the Jets. The Bruins stretch out that lead, and they look like a team ready to ring the victory bell.
I think momentum's a real thing. When UCLA and USC play each other, but that Bruins touchdown here in the second half, it's giving them a lot of life, David.
Yeah, and it's getting them excited. The fans excited. They know what this rivalry means. They know what a win will mean, and they know they can ring that victory bell.
They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. On the move from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. First snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Dropping back, it's Mayava. Makes the grab, it's Jordan.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it, but some people try to throw the ball deep and continue to make plays. They throw it short. The clock's running out, and there's not a lot.
He's going to let it go. Makes the grab down the left side. There he goes. And he gets it down to the 4-yard line before he's finally stopped. A terrific run after the catch. And the Trojans want to crank the tempo.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive, massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy's way. He's now starting to prove that he's eating his guy alive in coverage, and he needs more touches.
And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. They've moved it forward to the 2. Now it's 2nd and goal. And he is stopped, not getting close to the end zone. Line of scrimmage still at the 3. The 2-minute timeout arrives, and we have certainly seen miracles in college football, and they will certainly need one here. They'll come to the line just trying to keep their hope alive on 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Pocket breaking down. And he is snowed under. Sacked at the 7.
It's pretty obvious. This defense came into this one knowing they were going to have to play a complete game until there were zeros on the clock, especially against this quarterback. You cannot take your foot off the gas. And that's exactly what they're doing here. Late in the 4th quarter, they're still bringing it, and they get another sack.
desperately wanted to keep the ball, but they did not. And the Bruins backed up deep in their own end, trying to create a little space on first down. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
You got to give the coaching staff credit because they really do focus all season long on situational football with the lead late in the game. If we're on offense, we're trying to stay in bounds. We're trying to bleed the clock. And after ripping off a really nice run, that guy knew, I've got to get down. I cannot get pushed out of bounds, cannot get tackled out of bounds. Really, really nice job.
Backed up at the 16-yard line, it's 1st and 10. They're going to ride this running back. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. The Bruins can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. And he has had a long day at the office, not to mention the backfield, as the defense has been all over him. This isn't the only victory bell in college football.